So you're thinking about moving to Carnation, Washington. Well, stick around. In this video, it's going to be the most in-depth video that we have. We're going to hop in my map feature here down on the computer and show you where Carnation is located in relation to kind of everything else in the area. Then we're going to zoom in on Carnation and talk about what's going on right in there. Best part, we're going to check out the MLS and actually pull up some houses so you can see what kind of real estate we got there in the area as well. So if you're looking to learn more, stick around. We're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know all there is to know about living in King County, Washington, or places like Carnation, like we're talking about today, then hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications. That way you can be the first to be notified of a new video of Carnation or one of our other favorite cities here in King County. I'm Brad Decatur with the Decatur Home Team, and we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every day who are looking to make their move to King County. So whether you're 1 day or 1 year away, we'd love to help you make a smooth move. All the contact info is below, so feel free to shoot us a text or a DM, or we can hop on a Zoom call to talk about your home search. So today is the map video. So I'm actually just going to turn this camera off and we'll hop on the computer right now. All right, so we're on Google Maps here, and this will be a pretty quick video because Carnation is actually not that big, but I want to start with showing you kind of the border of Carnation. It's tiny. For perspective, let me zoom out quite a bit and show you what's around the area, okay? So you can see Carnation is like, I can't even draw it how small it is. It's really small. Compared to Seattle is all the way up to like Shoreline and all the way down Burion's a Seattle address. So this is how big Seattle is compared to this, right? Even Bellevue is about, they probably meet with Kirkland about here. Bellevue. Sammamish about this big. So anyway, it's a very small town, as you can see. So the main portion of this first like couple minutes of the video is to show you where it's located on the map, relating to other main areas like, again, Seattle, Bellevue, airport, mountains, things like that. So, okay, so let's talk these locations and things like drive time, kind of where we're at. So as you can see, just from looking, obviously it's east of kind of the main areas here of Seattle and then even Bellevue, and a little bit north of Bellevue as well. So if you're going to go to Bellevue, most likely you're going to come down to 202, which passes through Sammamish and Redmond and hook up to the 520, and then I-90, or excuse me, 405 down to downtown Bellevue right here. So if you're going to like Bellevue Square, like downtown proper of Bellevue, you're talking about probably 25 to 30 minutes, about 30 minutes probably. Now, if you're going to Seattle, depends on which Seattle area you're going to. You could get there faster by continuing on the 520 bridge here and ending up here in Seattle. Or if you're heading to like T-Mobile Field or to watch the Seahawks or Pike Place Market, you're going to probably want to do the I-90 one. No toll bridge on this one, by the way. And so this one will take you obviously just a little bit longer. The distance from, this intersection here and just going over the bridge is just a lake. It's really, really quick. So it's actually not that much farther from this Bellevue intersection to Seattle. Probably another 10 minutes, depending on which area of Seattle your final destination is. If it's up here, take you a little longer. So yeah, we'll call it about 30 minutes and 40 minutes from Carnation to Seattle, depending on where you're going. Bellevue and Seattle. So a couple other areas, just so you're knowing kind of where you're at. Kirkland's just above Bellevue. Redmond is going to be kind of linking up towards Carnation over here. Redmond's pretty big, kind of goes over this way. We got Bothell, Sammamish, Fall City, Snoqualmie, Issaquah, Renton. That's kind of the main areas that are surrounding you. Duval as well. So Duval and Carnation are pretty similar. So I would say things kind of changed. The east side of Redmond towards this Fall City and Preston area. So this whole area is all going to be a little bit more kind of farm towns as opposed to the Bellevue, Seattle area, with the exception of Snoqualmie Ridge. That is not new construction, but newer, a little bit different kind of development there. But you're going to have pretty similar, type environments in Duval, Fall City, and Carnation. But Carnation is definitely the most rural, I would say, of all these. Duval is getting much more developed right now. Fall City has gone up in prices significantly just because it's got a little bit better location. So that's kind of what's surrounding you. Let me delete these. A couple other important factors are going to be the airport. So if you're going to be flying, you're going to be flying out of SeaTac most likely. That's where the airport is. And this is going to take you a while. I would say the most effective route is probably 405 to 90. It just kind of depends on traffic. Could take you this way as well. And that's probably going to take you, it's got to be close to an hour, 45 minutes minimum, probably in the 55 minute range. Another one to look at here is going to be, oh, I tried to move this whole thing. Oh, I can't. Okay, Snoqualmie Pass, you can still see it right here. Snoqualmie Pass is going to be your nearest mountain where you're going to do snowboarding and skiing. Of course, you just head down 203 here, 202, and then get on I-90 all the way there. So hopefully that gives you an idea. This is just kind of like, hey, where's it located? How far is it away from if you're working in Bellevue, working in Seattle? This is where it's at. So now we'll go ahead and zoom in. And the rest of this video, we'll check out what's going on in Carnation as far as like activities, which is going to be very short because there's not too much going on there. And then we'll hop in the MLS as well on a different tab and take a look at some real estate. So let's zoom in here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is going to be Remlinger Farms. Remlinger Farms is awesome. We go there for the pumpkin patch every single year. I have pictures on my Facebook and Instagram of us being there. It's a really cool spot. If I click on it here, we'll probably have some good pictures here, and then we can actually show you some content of us at the actual event there before too. The hay maze. Like I said, pumpkin patch, but there's a lot more stuff than just the pumpkin patch. We've gone there in the off times of the year too, just for like strawberry picking and blueberry picking. But a super cool, fun spot. But again, it's not just this one main activities area where they have the pumpkin patch kind of stuff. They also have acres and acres of just farmland, which is where you can do the strawberry, the berry picking, all that kind of stuff. You can see a lot of cool stuff here, a lot of good pictures. So Remlinger Farms, probably one of the main attractions, I would say. Really, really cool spot. So if you're visiting and you're looking at real estate, I would definitely recommend you check that out. Specifically, if you're coming in October, definitely go to the pumpkin patch. But you can also do tours and set up anytime you want. People have weddings and other events there as well. All right, so let's zoom in on kind of the main drag here, and we'll show you the shopping grocery store. So the main drag here on 203 is where you're going to kind of pass through your some restaurants, some commercial areas with like your banks and just kind of things like that. So first thing is, if I zoom in a little bit farther towards the Starbucks here, we're going to see the market, which is the grocery store. So this is the Carnation Market. Do your grocery shopping here. So again, this is a really, really small town. There's not a whole lot going on. You got this market here. And then on the main drag, we'll show you us driving through it so you can kind of see, but it's a pretty short drag. There's not a whole lot. There's a few restaurants, the library, things like that. Cafe and lounge. So that's kind of your main drag. There's the library right there. You can see some pictures. This is nice and modern though, which is good. A lot of Carnation is a little bit older, but they are doing some tear downs and doing some new construction there as well. So that's kind of the main drag there. And then we have housing on just kind of both sides of these main drags. This is like what I would call, downtown Carnation. We're going to find a lot of these, honestly, pretty older houses. And then some of them, if we show you some content here in the videos of us driving through, some are, again, were torn down at one point and now they're newer construction. They're built maybe in the last 5 years, but they're still kind of surrounded by these older houses for the most part. So this is your old town Carnation. You can see all the houses here. Okay, so that's kind of the main drag, some houses here. Again, we'll hop in the MLS shortly to see the houses, but just one more stop. Again, there's not that much to show you, but I want to show you this spot here where it has the bridge and the park. We have some footage of us walking there as well, but it's on the Snoqualmie River here. So this is Tolt McDonald Park. Let's take a look at some of the pictures here. So this is on the river. So it has the bridge, and once you cross the bridge, it has even more open space. So a lot of grass, a lot of trails, woods, that kind of stuff. So pretty cool spot. It also has, I don't see any pictures here, but it has a couple of baseball fields as well, and like some undercover areas. So people do events there as well. So maybe our footage will have some more stuff here, but this is a pretty cool spot. Oh, here we go. Here's the fields. Soccer fields, baseball fields. Kind of shows you a little bit of it. So I'm not sure who that is. Okay, great. So that's kind of what's going on in Carnation. Like I said, not too much to it. It's going to be a shorter video as far as how these videos normally go. So now let's hop in the MLS. This is not where we're at. Let's start all over here. So let's hop into Carnation and see what is going on so we can take a look at some of the, average price points and check out what you can get there. We'll start with the actives. So only 12 houses for sale right now. We are in January though, so a little bit less. You can see Carnation addresses actually go significantly farther out than what that map shows. Google's always wrong, but this is the main part of Carnation. So let's start in here. So I haven't even done this before, so we're just going to or didn't do it before this video. So we're just going to kind of take a look at what's out there, and then if I need to, I can pull a little bit more data. So here we've got downtown 625. Okay, this is what I expect. Maybe a little bit less than this. Actually, this might be a little bit priced high. About a 1,500 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath. So this is going to be your starter house. Most of the houses in the downtown area, unless they're teardowns and new construction, is going to be kind of similar to this. Just a little house, pretty decent sized yard. It's going to be probably an older house as well. It looks like it needs some updates. So this one I think is a little bit overpriced, but anyway, 625. Yeah, definitely needs some updates. But this is your starter house, 3-bed, 2-bath, right in the downtown area there. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so this is good. I want to show you this area. So when we drove through, we saw all the neighborhoods over here too. So if you get outside the downtown area, this is the stuff that was built a little bit more recently as they kind of moved development away. And these are higher price points and, much better like neighborhoods. So like sidewalks, cul-de-sacs, that kind of stuff. So this one's just under $1 million. Pretty big house. This is almost 3,000 square feet, 2,869. Been listed for 82 days though, so probably again a little bit overpriced. This one's 2018 build. So let's take a look at this one. Nice, modern, very nice. Okay, so about $1 million, probably going to sell for a little bit less than that. So call it somewhere in the mid 900s maybe, which depending on where you're looking before, it might sound like a lot to you. But, a new construction or relatively newer house, for 3,000 square foot in Bellevue, Snoqualmie, and it can be this price. So it actually is a pretty good price. So there's one example. Let's see what else we got over here. All right, let's head up to the outskirts a little bit up here. So outside of the downtown. So this is what I was talking about. This one's 1.6. This must be a little bit more acreage. So they have a lot of houses just like this. And there is some seriously nice houses in Carnation that have multiple acres. This one right here. So 6 acres, 4,500 square feet. These are true estate properties. Let's take a look at some of the pictures here just to get you through. So it's not new construction or anything. A lot of these neighborhoods are a little bit older, but again, they're estate properties. They're on big, huge parcels of 5 acres, 10 acres sometimes. Just wanted to give you an idea. Let's take a look at a couple more here. Okay, this one is still close to the downtown, only 550. Remember that other one I think was 625, similar square footage. So this is again like your starter price point, 1,700 square feet, 3-bed. But it's also got about 6 acres as well. So that's probably why. So again, you can definitely, unless you're in the downtown, right there in the downtown, you're going to usually get more acreage in the outskirts here. 1.7, this is going to be an estate property again. Yep, there we go. 20 acres, 4,200 square feet. Look at this, nice. Metal roof. Oh yeah, lots of beautiful wood. With 20 acres right out in the wilderness. I assume you can't see any neighbors. Great spot. Classic Carnation as far as like for their luxury properties. And still below 2 million. You can't even get a regular house in Bellevue for 2 million. Certainly not that size. 3.5 million. Holy cow. 20 acres again. So again, oh, this is a horse property. That's why it costs so much. These barns cost a ton of money to build. Yeah, big property. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this video, to show you guys what's out here. It's not just a beat up 550 house in the downtown. And yes, there's not a ton to do in Carnation, but if you're someone who has the budget, given the opportunity to spend, 1.7 million, like I really like that one we saw before, 1.7 million to get 20 acres or even a 5-acre property versus getting like basically a regular 3,000 square foot house in Bellevue for the same price, or actually more depending on where in Bellevue you're at. So some pretty good bang for your buck. And if you're looking for an estate kind of sanctuary property, Carnation's going to have a lot of those really awesome ones for you. All right, that wraps it up for our map video where we look at the favorite neighborhoods in the area here in Carnation. Hopefully you found that helpful. I know my favorite part is looking in the real estate. There's not a lot of active listings right now, but hopefully it gives you an idea of kind of what you can get. Just to recap there, downtown kind of starter houses, 500,000-600,000 is kind of where you're looking at, a little bit older. But we also have some amazing estate properties that are in the multi-million-dollar ranges with, 5 to 20 acres. So super cool properties there. And then in between, we have those, not new construction, but newer construction in the last 20 years or so in regular neighborhoods with sidewalks in those high, just like below $1 million, 800,000 to $1 million, kind of in that range, even for kind of that newer construction in that area to the east of the downtown. So Carnation's a super cool spot. We love it. We think that it's got a lot of future growth potential because there is a lot more land. So a lot of those new construction houses, they could expand a little bit further and get a little bit more out of that area. And so I think that they will have some future growth. Also, school districts, still not too bad. Pretty similar to like the Tahoma and the Snoqualmie school districts. Not as good as Bellevue and Issaquah, but still right up in there in the kind of the good range. Significantly better than down south like Kent, Federal Way, Auburn. So it's a really good spot. If you have any more questions or you want to learn more, make sure to check out our vlog video. I think that'll be the most informative when we're actually driving around, looking at the areas. And then of course our pros and cons video where we're just talking about the pros and cons of Carnation, where we dive a little bit deeper on that. And if this is your first time to the channel at all, I encourage you to look at some of our other videos. If you're interested in Carnation, that means you should probably also check out, the Falls City, Snoqualmie area, Duval specifically. If you like Carnation, those are pretty similar. So check those out. They're in playlists. And again, once you're ready to actually make decisions and talk to somebody about making your move and kind of finding out, hey, what is the best location for me based on my needs? That's what we're here to do to help. Reach out below. We have all of our contact information to set up a meeting, and we'll see you next time.